Good morning. Morning, YouTube. What's going on? I'm gonna let the garage open up. So today's the day I'm supposed to go pick up my car. I am off work and we're having a slight problem. A little backstory to my problem. I need to tell you what happened yesterday. Today is Tuesday, like I said. Yesterday I went into work at 7:30. I don't know if most of you guys know this. I'm an engineer. I do roadway design, and I was at work at 7:30. I had to be there at 8. Work 8 to 5, and I left work at 1 a.m. It's a fucking long day. It's like 18 hours. So it is 9:10 in the morning. So I'm on like 7 hours of sleep. Should be plenty to work on my truck and go get my car. Ooh, I just said it, work on my truck. Last night driving home at 1:30 in the morning, my truck broke down. So I'm kind of bummed about that. It's been fucking up recently. It's definitely an electrical issue. Something small, I think. And it was really, really cold last night here in Florida. Yeah, so it was like high 30s last night. And my truck was making some weird like electrical issues on the way home, and then as soon as I parked it in my street, not even in my driveway, when I shut it off, the car just lost all power. No electronics, no nothing, no keyless entry locking on my little fob thing. I had to use my key, and yeah, I lost all electronics. So it's the next morning, I've done nothing about it, and I'm gonna see if it starts. Ooh. It barely started, barely cranked over. I'm thinking, since it barely started, I'm thinking it's probably a bad battery. So I'm gonna pop the hood and test it with my power probe. Okay, so by just plugging in my Snap-on multimeter kind of power probe thing, this is basically Snap-on's version of it, of the power probe. My battery is reading at 12.4, which isn't terrible, but a little low. So right here are my basically Snap-on's version of the power probe, which is awesome, by the way. This is my battery voltage. It's about 12.4, which isn't terrible. Usually batteries should be about like 12.6 when they're not running. So I'm going to start the car and see what this reads. It should read basically like 13.7 to 14.7 while it's running. So let me turn the truck on. So the truck is running and it's reading 14.8. Huh, that's interesting. So basically I think my battery's fine, which kind of scares me because I thought that would be the problem. It could have just messed up because it was really cold. I don't know. I want to call the expert, which is my father, and see what he says.
It sounds to me like you might have a bad battery, because that's what happens when you start losing juice to stuff.
Alright, so if I'm talking from the master tech, aka my father, he basically thinks it's a bad battery. He probably thinks it's a battery that came on my truck. It probably needs to be replaced, and shows all the signs of being bad battery, even though it's running a pretty good voltage, and that means the alternator is pushing out basically 18.7, 18.8 volts. But since it's like, I've had trouble with it cranking over a little bit, and the fact that it's been pretty cold out, I think it's definitely the battery issue. So I'm going to basically unhook the battery, but keep it hooked up to the car, but just unbolt it a little bit so it's easier to remove. And I'm going to drive the truck over to the parts store, have them test it, and then if it is bad, just replace it. Okay, so battery is almost disconnected, but it's still connected, so I can still drive it. And the good thing, the parts store is like maybe a quarter mile down the street, really, really close, so my truck should make it there. So I'm gonna head there now and go test the battery and possibly go pick up a new battery. So, let's go. Alright, so back from the parts store, and after testing the battery there, it was in fact a bad battery, and an old battery. I'm not sure what year it was, but pretty old. And $160 later, I have a new battery in my truck, which is fucking expensive for a battery. I remember batteries used to be a lot cheaper back in the day. But I got one with a 3-year warranty. I got like the mid-tier one, because hopefully it'll last, I don't know, I'll be happy with like 2 or 3 years. So now I'm gonna put my tools away and hang out for a little bit, and then we're gonna go get my car. I'm pretty excited. I gotta go pick up the trailer. We get to see the roll cage, which is awesome, and should be a good time. So I will pick back up when I go get the trailer. Dope. Alright, about to go pick up my car. Make sure I got ratchet straps, I got tools, I got more tools. Girlfriend, you got money? You got money? Yeah, you got money, tools, straps, truck. Okay, so the guy from my cage, he said he was charging me $850 to $900, somewhere around there. So I'm gonna give him $900. And I messaged his buddy, and he said his favorite drink is Captain Morgan's Sprite. So I figured I'd give him a little gift, and I think he'll appreciate it. Recording?
Yeah.
So, I just picked up my Miata. I'm super excited. I'm just pulling out of the guy's shop. It looks amazing. And we are heading back from Lakeland and going back to Orlando. And I will show you guys the whole car when I get back to Orlando. But right now, I'm concentrating on driving home. I'm so excited. I see my car. All right, see you guys back in Orlando. No, don't show him it. I'm just kidding.
Okay, really?
No, you can show him it. Woo, I just made it back to Orlando. I got my car. You guys ready to take a look at it? It looks good. Bam. It's been so long since I've seen my Miata, I kind of forget what it even looks like. Like 3 weeks is a long time not seeing your car you see all the time. So let me show you what it looks like. Alright, so first start from the outside, do a little walk around because you can barely even see the cage. The guy did such a good job tucking it. So it looks like with the window down. Ooh. Can't even tell it has a roll cage. I love it. I love it. It's so tight. The guy did such a good job. I mean, literally, such a good job. Okay, let's open up the door. Ooh, NASCAR style door bars. And then the pillars that go behind the dash. Bar goes behind the dash. Full square up top with a cross member. And then it's a harness bar back there. So I'll actually have my harnesses installed correctly. I climb up in here. You need support brackets back here. I don't know if you can tell. There's one there. It's like a little triangle. And oh man, it looks so good. Yeah, really, really tight. The guy really did a great job hiding it. So it's perfect. I really saw it. I mean, it literally shakes the fucking trailer. Let me pop the trunk. And the trunk is all my trim pieces. And he tied down in the back. I don't know if you can tell. Basically, he put a plate right next to the rear shocks and tied down through there. Kind of broke this loading it, but I'm not too worried about it. Here she is. I love it. Man, it is friggin' tight here, but I got perfect headroom. Head doesn't hit. And feel pretty safe. Jesus Christ. Okay, a pretty good job welding it too. The welds look pretty good. Not too bad. Not too bad. So, where it stands right now, I am kind of stuck with it on the trailer because I can't take it off by myself. So I'm waiting for my roommates to come home and I'll pop it off the trailer. But I think for right now, I'm going to remove the seats, remove the hardtop, take out all the interior pieces, get it all organized, get it all cleaned, and then probably pull the dash out too. I need to get behind the dash and tuck up all the wiring because he didn't really put anything away, you know, which I don't blame him because he's not working on the car. He was just, or not, you know, not doing everything on the car. He's just doing the roll cage, and then basically get it ready for paint because I'm going to sand it down and then paint it. So that's the plan right now. I'll check back in probably after I get done with ripping a bunch of shit out of the car because I want to take some time and kind of organize the garage and organize where I'm going to put everything. But oh my god, I'm so happy to have my car back. So happy. Alright, so I just pulled off the hardtop, and it was incredibly easy. I don't know why I don't do it more often. I definitely will. But that's what she looks like. There she is in all her glory. And really, really happy with it. So I guess what is it called? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 point cage. Used to be a 6 point. But yeah, give you a little interior shot. Pretty happy with it. Came out really, really good. The cage guy did an amazing job. Anyone who's looking to get a cage from Orlando, highly recommend him. Message me on Instagram, and I will gladly give you guys his name and phone number. He doesn't really have a shop. Oh, he has a sick shop. It's a real sick shop, but it's not like a named shop. You know, he kind of does it on his like spare time and stuff. But the guy's name was Ed, and he did a great job. So yeah, pretty happy, man. I can't wait to get my car back on the street with a cage. Alright guys, so I'm like wrenching pretty hard right now on the car and not filming much just because I'm really excited to work on it and get shit done. But I figured this would be a good time to show you guys this. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but if you're putting gauges in a Miata, well, first of all, I can't use this anymore because now I got a cage. So I'm gonna have to put my gauges somewhere else. So I'm putting my wideband and my boost gauge inside my Tombstone. So if you have a gauge for a Miata, you have an NA, or I think any Miata, you have these eyeballs, and the vents come in it like that, the air AC vents, and I have no AC. You can basically take these gauges and pop the gauge, or take these eyeballs, sorry, and pop the gauge right inside, like so. And some of them you can actually fit the ring cover back on, and then this pops right back in the Tombstone, like so. And you're free pod holder for your gauges. So I'm basically just redoing the interior, wiring the gauges, doing a shit ton of cleaning and interior stuff. I should be working on the motor. I know, I should. But I'm just too excited to get the interior done. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep cranking along, and I'll shoot and film a bunch of random shit that I think is important, or I think that's interesting for you guys. So yeah.